What's going on, guys? We're out here doing another car review. Why don't you tell us what's your name, where you from, and what do you drive?
So I'm Esgar, and I'm from Antigua, California. This is my 98 BMW M3.
All right. And how long have you had the car, and what inspired you to build it?
I've had it for roughly, but I want to say around 3 years.
3 years?
And honestly, what inspired me was pretty much my friend got me into him back in high school. Especially him pretty much bringing one like every other couple months, you know?
Yeah.
And he had me test driving and stuff like that, and I fell in love with him. And well, especially back in the day, I mean, in high school, I mean, we don't have that type of money. You don't have enough money to buy one of these things, so I've always wanted one, especially I used to drive a Volkswagen Bug.
Okay.
And I was in love with that thing. I mean, that's all I could afford at the time, and I used to mess with it all the time, and
Right.
I pumped it up and everything, and it was a fun car. But once I got out of high school, I decided to buy one, and ever since then, I got stuck to them.
Yeah.
And I think at one point, I think I had around probably like 4 at the same time, because I was so addicted to them.
Those early days, yeah.
Definitely. I mean, back then when they used to be, I don't want to say
dime a dozen,
worthless,
yeah.
but they were
A little bit more affordable.
Yeah, a lot more affordable than nowadays, So
Yeah, that's true.
definitely, it's an awesome chassis.
All right, cool. And what got you into cars from the beginning? Because I know you said you had a Bug out of high school. Is that kind of where everything started?
Sort of. I mean, me and my brother always had we always loved cars since we were little kids, and I don't know. It was one of those things that whatever we got our hands to, and it came to being a Bug, so that's how we started off. And I mean, I'm also a die-hard Volkswagen Bug guy,
Okay.
or VW Buzz, whatever, the VW scene. So obviously that was in the early years.
So what have you done to the car? I would say, what was your first mod? But knowing this car, and how everything played out, I know you went balls to the wall. So what have you done to the car?
So pretty much since when I got it, it was at a point where they kind of skyrocketed in prices, and I didn't have the funds to buy a clean one. There was a certain time where I sold all of them, and I didn't have anyone, so I wanted to get into another one. So when I got another one, it had to be a project car. That was the only way I would be able to afford it. And so when I got this car, it was beat from the ground up. It needed paint and an interior. I'm sure you could post some pictures of it. I mean, it was gone pretty much, and I got it for a cheap price. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna build it off from the ground up. I mean, that's the only way I could start off, and especially put my own taste and knowing that I'm gonna build a new car in a way. So yeah, so the first thing I did was pretty much strip the whole thing to bare metal, because the paint was gone. After that, I mean, I pretty much disassembled the whole thing in pieces. It was everything from chassis to bushings to everything, and the whole drivetrain pretty much gone through. So that was that. I redid the whole chassis, put Broadway static suspension on it for coilovers. I did AKG, pretty much bushings, camber arms, and whatever other suspension related parts for that AKG will sell. After that, I mean, obviously I did the paint, did everything else, put all new seals, pretty much all new, typically a new car.
Okay.
Inside, same thing. Vadar, the Dove gray interior was super hard to get at the time, and still is to this day. To find a clean, pristine Dove gray is near impossible. Yeah. So
everybody mistreats them.
Literally, and I mean, especially the color. I mean, there's no way you can find, 30 years.
After 30 years?
Yeah, exactly.
No,
you're not gonna
way.
find one. So I went actually through Vadar Factory. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but those guys pretty much hooked it up, and they do really good work. I mean, if you get anybody that has E36s, I mean, I would definitely go with Vadar Factory. They have their skins are very good. Other things I did was pretty much did an LTW, my clear tail lights, did a Riger lip. You can see the front. I did Lux grill, and inside I did a Renault steering wheel, RTD shifter.
Okay.
But overall, I mean, overall the whole car, I mean, I just did kind of like an OEM plus type thing. besides being slammed and, you know, put some tastefully mods on it.
Right. I
didn't want to go too crazy with it. I didn't want to ruin the rigidity of the car, or, you know, just keep it basic and clean, you know.
Okay. Yeah, OEM Plus is always
definitely that's
quality in my book. I love an OEM Plus build.
Definitely my style.
Yeah. So what about your wheels? Tell us a little bit about those.
So
get out of the way here.
They are definitely custom wheels because they are T37s, which they never made triple chrome. Okay. I was set for. I had seen a polish set that was on a car, and I kind of fell in love with it. But so I was in the market of finding a used set, you know, to polish or, you know, something to mess with. I had found a used set for recently kind of cheap for what they were, you know. And the first thing I did, I was, you know, started looking at the market of, you know, either polishing or triple chrome, and I started looking at the different prices. And obviously polish for some reason was a lot more because there's more labor to it instead of chroming.
Right.
So in my head, you know, I think chroming will last you longer and it will look shinier all the time. So I'm glad I did it.
Yeah. No, they look great on the car, man.
Literally.
Very unique, very standout, very different. I don't think I've really seen a lot of chrome tees out there, especially not on an E36. And as somebody trying to polish wheels right now, I gotta say, you're absolutely right. It's a fucking pain in the ass to do that. But as far as the car, I mean, I know you refreshed a lot of it, but how reliable has it been for you? And have you had anything like major happen with it?
I mean, reliable as, I mean, I don't drive it that much, so it's been reliable, but it's always been garage kept. So every time I get it out, I mean, I had no issues with it. The only thing I have done ever since I got it, I have nothing but upgraded stuff to it. So matter of fact, I mean, I've made it better than how I started off.
Everything that would have failed has already been replaced.
Or, you know, any upgrade that I could do with suspension, and it was pretty straightforward ever since I started it. I mean, I had a, you know, set goal where, you know, take everything apart, restore everything, and, you know, it wasn't one of the things where, like, you know, I started nitpicking through the whole thing. I just started all at once. So, I mean, besides, you know, time and money, I mean, everything went pretty smoothly. I mean,
that's a challenge in itself sometimes.
Exactly. So,
all right. So how's the maintenance on this car been for you? I know you said it's garage kept, and you know, everything's pretty fresh, but it still requires oil changes and shit.
Of course. I mean, usually the times that I usually drive it out is either for shows or, you know, a weekend cruise or something like that.
Right.
But I typically, I mean, I do take it to long trips and stuff like that when there's like a huge show, you know, away from here. I mean, keep up with the oil changes and just, you know, go through the whole thing, just make sure that everything's doing good. I mean, every once in a while, pull it out and just drive it around, you know.
I mean, you keep it pretty pristine, so I think you're on top of your shit.
Yeah, she's definitely a garage queen. I mean, doesn't go far.
Probably go through more tires than oil changes at this point. What do you enjoy the most about this car and this chassis? Because like you said, you've had multiple over the course of your time, and this is the latest one, and not even the latest one because you bought another one, but it's for another day. So what's the funnest part about this chassis for you?
Honestly, the way it drives, I mean, it's, I said again, I think it's one of my favorite chassis. I mean, they're good handling, and I've always liked the 36s, and I've always enjoyed it, and I enjoyed, particularly this one, especially, I mean, how it came out and everything. I mean, brings a lot of response to a lot of people, and, you know, I like the people that, you know, they give you a thumbs up and everything on it, which, you know, at the same time, brings me joy to it.
You're no stranger to that, because it's not your first show car. It's not even your second show car.
No.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your first show car, your Bug? I know you don't have it anymore, but you know, it's kind of part of your roots and where you got started.
Yeah, it was actually a funny story on that one. I had one in high school, which, you know, it was just a beat up, whatever, you know. I enjoyed it, whatever, for what it was, what I could afford at the time. Once I, you know, started working, whatever, making money, I was set to build one, pretty much a show car. And funny story too, I had gotten one right after I got out of high school. I mean, I've worked at body shops my whole life, and obviously that's why, I mean, all my cars have been show cars. I had bought this Bug, and it was one of those things that, like, again, it was my only car, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna paint it and drive it, you know, just daily it. And yeah, no, I bought this thing, shot it, and it was too nice. It was too nice. I started picking through the whole thing, and at the end of the day, it became a show car. So yeah, that's one of them. I mean, you'll see one of the pictures. I mean, I could send it over and
put that up on there
too. Yeah, but that's a whole nother, you know, whole build right there.
Right, right. Ah, that's cool, man. I mean, that car got a lot of love, a lot of attention,
Definitely.
a lot of awards, and like I said, it's kind of where you started. Even if it didn't mean to be a show car, it kind of led you down this path of building cars to that magnitude. And I think a lot of people that follow you know that they know the kind of quality that you bring to your cars, and they really enjoy, like you said, giving it a thumbs up, checking it out, talking to you. You could talk for hours about this thing. I know you could. So do you have any future plans for this build, or are you pretty happy with where it's at right now?
I'm pretty happy with it, but I do still have in mind of, you know, I do enjoy the car and everything, but, you know, this chassis is like something, you know, like kind of like, you know, good for backroading and stuff like that. So I don't know, I kind of want to, I'm kind of leading towards like building a, kind of like a track style car.
Okay.
Maybe just raise it up back again, and then put, I want to do ED8s, BBSs, and just put like a aggressive track stands.
Okay, okay.
I don't know, maybe then I can enjoy it more. I mean,
Yeah.
even though I enjoy it enough like this, it's just sometimes, you know, being this time is not
We'll get
kind of fun, especially being all new and stuff.
Yeah, we'll get a shot of this driveway for you guys right now, so you guys can see what we're fucking dealing with. But I definitely feel you on that. Sometimes being low is not the greatest thing for enjoying your car, especially when it's so nice. You don't want to fuck it up, you know. It'll be cool to see how this car progresses and how you change it up, and, you know, give it your own flair again, make it look different. So I know you mentioned you were a body man by trade, and knowing you, I know this is not your only build that you possess. If you'd be interested, maybe later down the road, we could show off some of those other projects you got going on. I know you work on your own stuff. You got a couple cars sitting at home.
Most definitely.
You got some cars that you're working on for some friends as well.
Yeah, I got some friend stuff and customer stuff, you know, a little bit of everything. I mean, I'm the guy to go to, I guess.
Oh, I know you are. You've gotten me out of a couple incidents. Cut to the Miata not looking like a Miata for a little bit, but yeah, man. Like I said, you got one of the cleanest E36s out there, especially on the Cali side. Everybody who has Instagram probably follows this build already, and I mean, people need to give this man a follow, check out his builds, check out his craftsmanship, his skills, and we'll cut back to, like I said, showing some more of your builds, some of your projects, some of the work that you do. And yeah. Thank you for your time, man. Appreciate you, and keep this thing in one piece.
We'll try to.
Oh yeah. Give it a second. Hold on.